Okay, welcome to this tutorial video in which we shall look at how to create an account on WildGrass. So we shall begin with the sign-in process, the creation of a personal account. Then we'll look into creating a business account, and then furthermore we'll look at how to select the package and also doing the setup on the business account. So the first thing that the user would want to do is go to our website. That's if they want to use a web application. If they want to use the mobile application, they can download it from the Play Store. Okay, once the website has opened, they can click on Open App, and this will take them to where they can do the account creation. Okay, so we'll click on Create Account, and we can enter our email address. Okay, so this process, a user can simply choose to sign up with Google if they want to sign up with their Gmail account, or they can just simply fill in the details of their phone number, first name, and all that. So we'll skip all that and just click on sign up with Google, and this will give us the options, so we will select this one. Okay, so next step, they'll enter password which they'll create. Then we can continue. Okay, so once we're done with the process of creating an account, the account is created, and the user will have these options to fill in what country they're from, the currency that they'll be using, the language which they prefer. For now, we'll skip these options and just go straight to the account. So this is a personal account which we have created. We can now create a business account by simply clicking on this icon here. Okay, so the next step after creating a personal account is creating a business account. So for every user that signs up, once they've done the personal account creation process, they can then move on to the business account creation process. So let's say running a business, say David's shoe store. Then we can fill in the details, local area, address. This is optional, so you can fill this in, or you can choose to just skip it, and then you can enter phone number for the business. Then you can enter the business type under the field that we've selected here. So if you can't find the type of business that you're running, you can simply just select default of just the retail store. So we'll just say retail store. Then here you can fill in background details, and if we scroll to the bottom, we have also tipping details. That's optional, and once that's done, you can then say create business, and the application will create this business account. So you can see the next step here is to get a sense of what exactly the user will be using this application for. So the sales, inventory, cost tracking, e-commerce, accounting, and production. So given that we are a shoe store, we will need to do sales, inventory, a little bit of cost tracking, e-commerce as well, and yeah, just a bit of accounting. So you can say continue. And then we have the options for how often we'll be doing our stock taking, whether it's daily, weekly, or monthly. So we can say we're going to be doing it weekly. We can select the dates that we're going to be doing this stock taking. So let's say we want to do this on a Saturday. And if we scroll to the bottom, we have the options for how often we'll be doing our restocking. So let's say we'll be doing our restocking monthly by the end of the month. Next, we've got our cost tracking, how often we're going to be doing it. We can say we'll be doing our cost tracking, let's say daily. Daily, we can set the time to maybe 5 p.m. Right. So we're going to be doing our daily stock taking or cost tracking at 5 p.m. Finally, for our orders, we're going to view our orders at the end of the day as well. So let's say at 6 p.m. is when we plan on checking our orders and say okay. So once this process of entering the routines is done, we can click on complete. Then WildGrass is going to create a routine for us. Okay, so our business account has been created. As you can see by the name there, that's David's Shoe Store in Lusaka, and we are currently on the compact package as we haven't yet selected a package. So we can go ahead and go through the process of selecting the package. You can click on our settings and scroll to billings and plans. So as you can see, we are on the compact package here, and if we scroll down, we can see the features that come with the compact package. So you don't have your serial expiry tracking, you don't have multi-branch management, we only have a storefront, and we're limited in terms of use right up there. We don't have employees, we can only save up to 50 products, and we can only save up to 100 expenses. So if you want to upgrade from this package, we can simply click on explore packages, which brings us to our package selecting page within the application, where we can determine what sort of package we want to use. So the compact, as we mentioned, is free. If we select small business package, we can see what that comes with. Up to 100 transactions per day, up to 100 expenses per day, 300 products which we can save, and up to 300 expenses. What it doesn't come with is your tracking, expiry tracking, or the ability to create employee accounts. However, you can customize your source documents in this package. We have a basic accounting module, we have the basic storefront. We can register for corporate messaging as well on this package. So if we ideally want this package, we can select it, and before we proceed, we also have the option to spec this package according to how we want it to be. So if we feel 100 transactions in a day is not adequate, we can simply spec it to how many transactions we want to do. So if we want 500 transactions per day, we can spec it to that, and we can see that our price calculator has included an extra charge of 303 kwacha, meaning that our total yearly subscription goes up to about 3,095 kwacha due to this increase in specs that we've done. We can also spec the amount of expenses that we want to save per day to how many we want to do. So let's say we don't do so many expenses per day, we just want to have like 150, right? So roughly 150, and this gives us our price calculator tells us that that's an extra 38 kwacha. And if there's anything else we want to spec, we can just do the same thing. So if 300 products that we can save is not enough, and we want to save maybe 2,000 products, we can spec that to 2,000, and our price calculator is going to calculate how much that's going to be. So we can see that will be an extra 853 kwacha, increasing our package subscription to about 3,974 kwacha. Right, so we spec this package, and right, so if we are happy with this package, we can go ahead and proceed. But if we want to just view premium, we can see what we'll get with this spec under premium, and you can see premium has access to generally everything except for Proxima, which is a new package which we just launched. So once a user is done with spec in the package according to the way they want it to be, they can click on proceed. Then they can submit their contact number, and they can submit that request, which will be received by our team here. And once the team receives that request, they will contact the user via the contact which they've just submitted and make arrangements for payment. Once the payment has been made, an access token will be sent to the user, which they'll have to enter from here to activate the package which they have just selected. Okay, so once the user has received the token, they'll enter it and click enter, and their small business, as you can see, the package will be activated and they'll be upgraded from the compact package to the small business package. Okay, so we have our small business package activated, and it's been activated for about a period of a year. So this user is subscribed to the application, and as you can see from our quick select, from what we had before, we have a few more features added. So we have access to the features that we just saw that were included under the small business package. Right, so the first thing that a user would want to do after having activated the account, created their own business account, and signed in, is to begin the product creation process. So we are running a shoe store, and as such we want to enter our products. So let's create a product, right? And first we'll begin with creating a category. So let's say this is smart shoes. Create a category. Right, we've created that category. We can create a new category, say casual shoes. Right, we've created another category. Okay, so I've created two categories. We can select amongst those. Let's say smart shoe. Product name. Okay, so let's say these are loafers, and we say the brand is, for example's sake, let's say butter. Then flavor / specification, let's say brown. Description just helps you give a detailed description of the product for differentiation in the case where you have two similar products. But in this case, we're going to just ignore that. Size, let's say size 7. Sale price, let's say we're selling this at 650 kwacha. Purchase price, we got them at, this is optional, but in the case you want to calculate your profit, you can enter that. So let's say we got this at 450. Barcode is optional. If a product comes with a barcode, you can either enter it manually, or if you're connected to your barcode scanner, you can click on this and just simply scan the barcode to enter it here. But for now, we're going to ignore that. And you have your VAT options here, whether VAT is included in the price, or there's no VAT on this product, or VAT is excluded from the price. And then we have our inventory tracking options. So we've got the basic, where we can enter the quantity as well as the buffer quantity. So let's say we have 20 of these, 20 pairs of them. And let's say we want to restock when we reach at 4 pairs. So we set our buffer quantity at 4. Then we click save product, and this product will be saved and created and included amongst our list of products. Right, so let's create another product, this time as a casual shoe. Let's say we want to add an Air Force, and the brand is Nike, and flavor, there's a black Air Force. So size, we can say these are size 8, and sale price is at around 750 kwacha, and we got this at about 550 kwacha, right? And then we can scroll down to include the VAT details. So VAT, we want it to be included in price, and we have 60 pairs of these, and want our buffer quantity to be set at 12. So once we're done with all that, we can click on save, and this product will be created and included amongst our stock here. So we have two products that we've created. Our quantities are updated, we have our prices there, VAT is included in the price, and we have our tracking. Alright, so let's say we want to do a transaction. We'll open our menu and open actionables and go to counter. And from counter, we will select the products that we want to sell. So let's say we're selling 2 pairs of loafers. We'll click on them twice and then click on proceed, which will take us to our processing of the transaction page. So over here we have the 4 options of receipt, invoice, quotation, order. So we can just switch between the 4 depending on what type of source document we want to generate. We can add an additional cost here if we want to charge the customer any extra, or we can add a discount in the case that we're running some kind of promotion. Right, we've got our share options for the receipt. If you are indeed connected to a printer, you can click on the print option and then simply click on mesh to connect to your printer. If you want to send it via SMS, you have to be registered for corporate messaging. Of course, you have to click this recharge button to go and register, or you could send it by email directly to the customer. On the final option is to have a QR code generated, which will be displayed on the screen once the transaction is processed, and the customer can simply just scan it and have access to that receipt. Okay, so we're going to go with the QR code for now, and we have our payment options, whether we receive money via cash, card, electronic funds transfer, mobile money, or indeed via check. So let's say it was a cash payment, so we'll stick with cash. We can include customer details by clicking this box and then just simply saying add new customer and then filling in the customer information, which will attach this transaction to that particular customer. We can attach a file to this transaction in the case that there's any additional information that is required to be sent out to the receiver of this source document. So this is particularly useful when you're generating invoices and quotations. In the case that you need to attach a certain file that needs to be sent to a customer in order for them to, beyond just viewing the pricing of the products, but also maybe create a description of what exactly it is you're quoting or invoicing them. Okay, and the final one is to generate a job card, but we'll ignore this for now as this is focused on the process of creating a job card for the production process. Okay, and then we can enter the amount of cash that we received so as to have the system calculate your change. So the total cost of this transaction is 1,300 kwacha. So if a user received 1,400 kwacha, we know that our change is 100 kwacha. Right, so we're going to stick to 1,300. Right, and we can preview this receipt before we send it out, just to ensure that we are okay with the transaction information. So we've got tax invoice, we've got the name of the business and the contact details, the time at which it was generated, and the date as well. We've got the product information, the quantities, the unit price, as well as the total price, how much is being charged to VAT, and the unit sum total. So once we're okay with this receipt, we can just simply click on complete, and this transaction is being processed. So a QR code has been generated according to the option which we selected, and if a user scans this QR code, or a customer scans this QR code, they will be able to receive that particular receipt which has just been generated. So if we go to our books and click on sales submissions, we will come to our sales account, which shows us all the information of the transaction which has just taken place. So this is an overview showing us that we made a cash transaction or cash sale of 1,300 kwacha, and we sold about 2 units of this particular product. And if we click on the sales account, we can view that particular transaction which we just generated, and we click on it, we can see the details, who generated it, the date and time it was generated, as well as the unique ID of the receipt. And then we have the option to download this as a duplicate, of course, as the original is with the customer. We have the option to conduct a sales return. We can copy and generate this, and if we click on our details, we can see if there's any matching documents for this particular receipt, in the case where maybe the transaction originated as an invoice and then the receipt was processed. Okay, so that is a quick overview of the account setup for a business. So this ideally works well if you guys can practice this thing. So it would be ideal if you guys could go to the website and create your very own accounts, so that as we are doing these tutorials, you are also practicing everything that is being taught. So you can simply follow the procedure that we've done in this tutorial video, and then once you've created your account, you can simply go and select a package and then request an access token, and we'll receive that access token and then we'll contact you and then send you the access token so you can activate your accounts and then begin the practicing process, so as to sharpen your skills of understanding the platform as well as explaining it. Okay, so this is where we end the video for today. Make sure to stay tuned to the next video, as we will be going into further deep dives into the application.